Let's paint a flower girl. I'm Michelle Manriquez from Drop That Brush, and I want to help people who are non-artists become artists. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. When you like or subscribe or make a comment, it helps me, so we'll go into other suggested videos. Do me a favor and at least like it, or don't, whatever works for you. But do something, and I appreciate you doing this for me. The picture drawing and the value sketch will be in the links below, so you can paint with me, and I want you to paint with me. It doesn't work if you just watch me paint. How you learn has to be you painting and then trying another person. This is how you do it. You can do this. The reference photo came from PMP, Paint My Photo, and the person that took the photo was Louse Petrick. Thank you for allowing us to paint this, because it's a great picture. It's an interesting picture. I'm always fascinated how different people paint people. And there's a million different ways to do it. There is no one way to do this. And I've had a lot of classes with different people. And they kind of grab pieces and parts that I really like. So I try to check out other people. And so I'm going to play with you. I watched a Zoom video of Pam Wenger. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry. She is the bomb. I will put that link below in the description. I'm telling you, this is a great video. It's 2 hours. I know it's long, but I watched every bit of it because it was amazing and it was fun. And she taught some tips on drawing at the end. Definitely check this out. I looked and check out her process and see, how does she do it? When you're doing a quick sketch, when she does it, she doesn't do much clothing, not that much hair, and not much background. But the focus mainly is in the values of the face. One thing she does that I've never actually been able to do very well on this, and that is she uses short, dynamic brush strokes that allow you to, with some hard edges, and I'm a soft edge girl. What can I tell you? I'm not sure I can do that, but it is beautiful. She does a stroke, moves it, leaves it alone. She keeps it very high value, so she doesn't get darker than a 5, except for maybe the eyes. She layers, and so she puts a color on, and then she puts another color on, and then she puts another color on, very gently. And she uses blues and greens and just beautiful stuff. Okay, so when she starts, she uses a lot of white at the beginning, which I thought I'll see how that feels. Then she uses burnt sienna and Alizarin Crimson. I don't have that, so I will find something else out in my palette, but I do have burnt sienna. So I'm gonna check that out. Then she uses the values of the face, which is basically, when I looked at my Notanizer, that's basically what she's doing. So if you've got the picture, just follow the picture. All right, then she lets that dry. Then she goes back and she does magenta, hooker's green, and peacock blue, which is basically phthalo blue green shade. I don't even have any green in my palette, so I actually bought hooker's green. And she puts in certain areas, on the dark areas, she uses some of these blues and greens and magenta. Then she dries that, she did the eyes. Then she goes into flesh tones, and her flesh tones are really bright, They are vermilion and dark yellow. Yeah. But when you lay it on top of that burnt sienna, it wasn't that bright. I was kind of surprised. It really isn't. And so it calms everything down. See, I mix it normally, but what she does is she just layers it. And you get this interesting look. I love putting color in older faces, but I've never found a good way that I like children with color. So that's kind of there. I'm trying to gab that budge. I would love to do it in children, and she does it, and they look like children. She does a great job. This is reality painting. I may totally blow this, and I'm going to show it to you anyway. So here we go. Hi, are you ready for this? All right, I feel pretty good. I feel good. Do 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 do. And I would do 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 do. I feel good. So good. We're going to use one color plus a little bit of Bordeaux. And I got to figure out where I put my Bordeaux at. But I'm just going to check out her style because she had some fun things she does. So she uses burnt sienna. That's a very pretty color. I'm going to use a little bit of this with that. Again, really thin, but a little darker. I'm going to go ahead and start right here at this shape. And I'm going to move it. And I'm not going to soften as much, which is just weird, but that's okay. I'm going to work on this and see how that goes. And so I'm going to do more sharp lines than I normally do. So this is my lighter, this is my darker side. I'm gonna soften that even more. I don't want it to be that, I wanna leave that pretty much white in this area. I'm having to soften edges because I just can't stand myself. It'll drive me crazy. I love how she does this. What it's doing is allowing me to try to allow some hard edges, which I don't do really well. I like soft, so this is really cool. It's different. Color. And this comes right here. And she's using little interesting brush strokes, which is not my thing, but I'm going to check it out. So how does it feel when I do this? If I do a stroke brush, it's a little harder because I have to really think about what I'm doing because I don't normally paint this way. So this is interesting. And now I'm not using the correct colors, so, you know, I'll have a different approach to it, so that's okay. So I'm going to use this, though I could use this, would be, okay, I'm going to change. I'm going to use Pyrrol Crimson. I think that's the closest I have to, so I'm going to mix this with a little bit of that. Yeah, I like that. Now, it's a little more orangey than I normally do, so that's kind of odd. That feels weird to me. This shape, it kind of comes down, around. Okay, that's cool. I could do that. That wasn't too hard. So there's a little shape right here. And I'm going to just make that shape and leave it alone. So what I'm working on is the shadows of the face from the beginning. See, I normally do it totally different way, but it is an interesting approach. And so that's kind of why I wanted to look at it. kind of try to think is, do I like this? Is this something I want to do? Is it an easier way? Now, it feels a little weird for me because it's not my normal way of doing it. But she's using these nice static strokes that really make it interesting. And I think I'm going to shove it right here with a little color. That'll be a dark part of the hair. And so I'm basically trying to kind of shade out the face without actually doing it, which is a very interesting approach. And I can step back and already start to see the values of the face starting to come out, which is kind of amazing. That's kind of cool. What I'm looking for is to see if I hit most of these colors. So let me see. So I can go slow, I can take my time. So I'm really looking for the darks. Where are the darks? Okay, there certainly is some darks on that lips. One thing about this way, this kind of gives you a look-see if you've got some kind of a likeness or not. First, I'm going to add a little bit of blue into the eye. And I'm painting basically this. So this is lighter, this is darker. This needs to be darker, this needs to be darker, but this is darker than that, right? So I'm actually looking at that and kind of using a guideline, and I soften more edges probably than she normally does, but we all have our own thing, right? All right, so I have all these flowers in her hair. As I sit here and think, what colors do I need? I don't want it to be too obnoxious. I cannot go too wrong if I do oranges and yellows and I can tighten it up if I want to. I think I'm just going to, some of the colors in my face that I plan on using anyway. And I think that'll be nice. So, because then it should tie into that. And I'm just going to do this. And so I know where. And I'm not being picky, okay? I'm not going, oh, it must be perfect. No. In fact, I am. Wouldn't mind if it bled a little bit. Maybe I'll spray a little here. That made it fun. And at least I know kind of this is my hair versus my flowers. Okay, that's just fun. I just like doing that. Ignore me, because you know what? Sometimes I just want to have fun. Do you guys want to have fun? And it doesn't have to be perfect. And this allows me to be very free. And I feel free when I do things like this. Okay, that didn't happen, but I like that. All right, there's also flowers down here. And I'm just wanting to make sure where things are at so I don't get confused, because boy, it would be easy to get confused. I'm going to do something fun. I don't know if I'm going to hate this or not. I'm just going to let some of it just bleed into the hair. Okay, well, I'm doing my thing. I'm not good. I don't know if it's going to be bad, good, or, you know, but I'm just having fun. Now, I know that there's a few dark areas that I can see. All right, so I've got something going on with those flowers, but I don't want to spend hours and hours at it. So now what I'm going to do is to use some what you call arbitrary colors. I'm going to use Hooker's Green. You can see I don't normally have it in my palette. And she uses Peacock Blue. All of this very thin, very light, and magenta, which I don't have magenta. I'm going to call that magenta. What do you think? If I keep it pretty thin, I think I can get by with it. What do you think? It's lilac. You know, you don't have to use the same what everybody else uses. It's okay to try different colors. Again, we're playing. We're not worried about if it's not perfect. It won't hurt anything. There definitely would be some in the back of the neck. I can see that. That works good. Definitely think a little magenta in the ears. So now let's go with some blues and greens. I'm just gonna, okay, make it very thin. All right, like very thin. And I'm looking to see where I think it would fit good, that makes kind of a little more sense, as long as I don't go too crazy. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of blue right here. Don't want to be crazy. Don't want to be crazy, baby. Am I brave enough? Did I go for it? All right, so I'm looking at blue there. I have a little green there. We could use a little of this here. Sure, why not? That works. Well, okay, so far it looks pretty ugly. Not impressive yet. And I'm going to do a little hair. Now that's really obnoxious color, brown. But if I make it really light with a little bit of this, it'll be much nicer. There, it's a nice color. Just kind of dull. Let's be brave. I'm going to use, what do we use? A little blue. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use a little of this purple and just kind of outline that flower. There we go. Okay, now I'm having way too much fun. I'm probably going to get in trouble. Can you see it coming? I'm going to soften it because I don't like how hard that is. But I like how it feels. To me, it's a soft, fun little edge. And I think I'm going to just go back to just some of this color. But I don't want it to be hard. I'm just having fun. Those are pretty colors. Forget anything else. They're just fun colors. remember, this is for fun. This is not, oh my God, it must be perfect. Because boy, it's not perfect. Is that okay with you? I'm okay with that. I'm allowing just to have a good time. I'm just gonna soften this into the face because I'm not really sure what I'm gonna go with all that, but maybe towards the end I'll decide what I really want. Now, I love the fact that this is a hard edge, this is a soft edge, and these are soft edges. There's things I really like about it already, and some of I don't. So, let's work on the eyes. I love lots of color in the eyes. Let's throw a little of this color because I think it looks pretty. I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to be a little more careful because there is this line and it actually starts. I'm going to make it thicker so it doesn't move. It's right here. See it? So, other side. I'm going to use what she called flesh tones. And I actually have these colors in my palette, which helps. We need a little eyebrows. I'm also going to get water. She has pretty much none of an eyebrows. And so I'm just going to tap some color in there. Let's go ahead and let's put a dark brown in the nose, and we'll prepare to get the some brown in the eyes. Ooh, I just realized that really needs that. I don't know why, but it does. Big time. Maybe you don't see it, but for me, I just feel like it needs that. Weird, huh? I'm going with a brown. I'm going with a smaller brush. And I'm gonna go and put another line. This one I think I'm gonna go in and out, in and out. And you can see I'm kind of going in and out, in and out. And I can see, and I'm gonna soften everything. Go ahead and get a dark for the pupil. I'll probably have to put it in again. Her pupil is basically really little because she's looking up at the sun. So I'm using different colors, making sure that I get interesting. You want eyes to be interesting. You don't want them to just be boring. I can use a little, how about I use a little bit of green in the face? I don't know if you realize, but there's greens, there's browns, even in blue-eyed people. There is different colors. And if you really study, people's eyes have all kinds of beautiful colors. It may be a reflection. And I think I'm going to use a little more of red right here. And tighten that down just a tad. I'm going to use a little brown for the nostrils. And maybe on the corner, I'm just going to throw a little blue right there and just kind of let it bleed in. And same thing. And then I can see that there's just a little bit more red right here. A little darker blue. It's a totally different process than what I do, but how fun is this? These are not my colors I normally use, so it just is, it's weird to use these colors, but yet it's interesting. Okay, that looked really bright, didn't it? Alrighty then, let me just soften a little bit. And I can feel the yellow right here. It needs yellow right here. Because this actually has this kind of is a little shadowed. So I don't want it to be anything too important, right? Makes sense. These are really obnoxious colors. And she thins them really farther down. So I gotta make sure I'm staying thin enough. Still be a little darker here. I have too much of a small brush. I need to stop that because that's going to mess me up. Let's see, I got to figure how they go. They kind of go straight and they go right here. Because you can't really see some of it. So we're just going to put a little bit there and we'll kind of look at it. I'll look at it. We'll debate about that one. This is one I definitely have to think about it. Work on a little on that eye itself. We want pretty colors. Pretty colors. I like to soften that into. I think I'll put a little yellow there. I'm going to use a little green, which, and I'm going to put a little blue here because I can see already I don't have enough color, and I'm going to use a little of this lilac in the corner. Be brave. You don't have to fight it. Just talk yourself through it. All right, so let's go ahead and get some color here. It's a little juicier, so it will melt right in. Yeah, that's better. Soften it up. She's looking up, it gives it a different look. I get a chance to do kind of a weird nose. There's a whole bunch of things about this. It's a little different. this a little bit this way and a little bit. And I'm leaving all that because that's how I normally do it anyway. And I think I'm going to do this while everything's wet. I'm hopeful I can get a nice edge. They attach right here. So I'm going to make that a little bit bigger so I can see it. And I'm just going to kind of mush. And I'm making it kind of little because I don't want too much. And then I don't really see anymore. Just a little color, but you know. Let's do the lips. I'm going to get off of that little brush because that's just going to cause me trouble. All right. Same color. Let's see how this rolls. This is a little darker. Ooh, that is really bright. I don't think I like that color. Let's go to a, wow. Okay. Well, what do you think? Not. Let's just calm that down with a little bit of yellow. A couple things I want to soften this. Not gonna freak out about it. We're gonna calm it down with other colors. So this definitely is lighter in the bottom. A little bright, a little more vibrant than I probably meant to be. I think I'm gonna go to, it's just a vibrant, pretty color. And she has a vibrant, pretty look. So I'm gonna make it thin. Wow, did I not like that? No, it's a little obnoxious. Okay, well, I'm going to calm that down. How brave am I? You know, some of this is bravery because if I totally blow it, I'm going to show it to you. And you may go, oh my God, I can't paint. And it's okay. Because you know what? We all have moments. I like that I've left little whites here, there, and everywhere. I need to make this darker. I can see it. Now, she says she uses a mineral violet to bring some color down. So I'm scared, but I'm going to go for it. And it kind of goes underneath her chin. Oh, gosh. It's a soft edge. Okay, now I'm going to do a little warmth here. Definitely, I need... Okay, be brave. Because, boy, I think that helped. I think that works. This is an experience. And I love that because... that's how you learn and grow as an artist, is just, even if you mess it up, it's okay. It has a fun feeling about it. It's not, it certainly is not perfect. There's this little kind of a turn up right here. And what about here? Oh yeah, same thing. I think I'm going to stop. I don't think I've destroyed it. And sometimes you have to be happy that you didn't destroy it. And, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. If I do too much more, I will make messes. Let me put the flowers in and I'll determine what I'm going to do elsewhere, because I'm not sure I'm going to do anything else. Again, this is a quick, fun working on a portrait, not having it perfect, but just kind of enjoying what you're doing. I don't want to be, you know, too, what's the word I want to use? I don't want it to be too important, but just kind of pretty. So I'm using the same colors that I have in the face. I'm going to bleed things in and not making it not too important. And so I'm just adding a little dots that could say, oh yeah, flower. I don't want it to be a hard edge from the flowers. They're just kind of there and nothing important. I could do a lot more with her hair, but do I need it? Yeah. And I'm not sure that I even want to do anything more within this for the flowers. You know, I'm not trying to make a finished portrait. I'm trying to just have fun and playing with my different colors, things I wouldn't do normally. I do it, but I do it a different way. I don't know if you can see me. I'm trying to get some movements on those flowers. And I'm gonna at the same time kind of work the hair at the same time. And that way I don't have a real hard line. Yeah, okay, I like that. I don't like that. So let me add a little color and mix it. I may put a little more brighter colors here and there. There's that flower kind of underneath, and I'm just gonna put more color and then kind of just melt that into the all of that hair were behind, so I think I'm gonna add a little line work right there. I don't want to outline everything, but I want it to be obvious that some of this is behind the flower. Well, I'm actually happy with this. I didn't destroy it. Yes. You never know. Sometimes when you do things that you're not practicing and just learning something new, many times I destroy things. So, this won't be the first time I've done it. The first thing I noticed is I love the leaving a little bit of white. Just plain old white. I really like that. It really pops things. The second thing I enjoyed was I could clearly see tonal values right from the beginning. So it made a huge difference and it made it pretty simple. I spent about 1.5 hours. It didn't take long because I didn't do a lot for the hair. I didn't do a lot about the flowers. The flowers, my goal was to make them not important because I was concerned that would overshadow her face. So I tried to use the same colors that I used in the face, vermilion and dark yellow. I used the same colors for the flower, but a little more brighter. And then I added, she uses mineral violet, and I think I had Quin purple, which is very similar. And so I used that, and that kind of calmed everything down so it wouldn't be too obnoxious. I'm gonna give you my critique of what I did, what things I didn't do, and I want you to comment below, okay? Tell me what you thought. What do you think could have done differently? What did you like that? Was that a neat style? Was something you want to try? Is it something you are going to try? Comment, okay? So first off, I was really wussy about the Arbitrary Colors. I could have put a lot more color in it and it would have made it much better. It was, I made it light. I have a tendency to get really dark. So I was like, I put in there and kind of went up and then I covered over. I think I could have been a little more bold. I couldn't believe where vermilion, which is this orangey shade, and yellow would look good, but it came out, it was amazing. Those are never my colors that I use. I have a totally different system. So, and it was just lovely. Put on over that burnt sienna. So could I mix some of that? I have to think about that. This is something I definitely will check out in another painting. I love where I put the white in the lip. I thought that was cool. Definitely like the white spots. I'm definitely do that definitely more in my portraits. And I'm going to try this again because it was just fun. I want to be a little more bold. Let's see if I make them still look like a little boy or girl. We'll see. This is an opportunity to just play. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter. We should just have a good time. This, at least for me, I just want to play, which is why I was willing to share with you what I was doing. Because, I don't know, I know how stressful it is when you're trying something new, but all you can do is try. It may work, it may not work, but I learned a lot. It was fun. And definitely check out Pam Wenger's 2-hour Zoom link in the description below. Really well worth the time. You'll learn a lot. Below there will also be the photo, the drawing, and the value sketch. So you can paint with me. I hope you had fun, because boy, I did. I've been trying for quite a while to find a good way to deal with children colors. So this was a very exciting moment. When you don't know what you're doing, I had a lot of times where I was supposed to drop the brush. It's awful. Here I am, I'm painting. I watch it and I can see to myself, oh my God, Michelle, don't you see that you're just stroking? Stop that. It's like, oh my gosh, it's awful to watch yourself not drop the brush. So make sure you drop the brush when you're not sure what you're at. Paint stop, dry, and look at what you're doing. You have a wonderful week. Next week, we're going to do a little boy.